This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mintz.
I thought it was a joke. A man walks into my medical practice with a drill bit dangling from his ear and makes an appointment to see me because he says he's having headaches. My administration team tells me via intercom that we are having an emergency situation in the reception area. I tell them, "What is it you want me to do about it?" They say, "He has a drill bit hanging out of his head." I say, "Call an ambulance and have him sent to hospital." I mean, isn't it obvious? The man needs professional and immediate medical assistance. We are a general practice. We are not equipped for such things. Then I hear more commotion, and I decide to leave my patient and investigate. You have to remember, I'm seeing a patient at this very moment, and they were preparing themselves for an examination. I was about to ask them to disrobe. Thank the Lord it had not progressed to such a state. So I walked out into our reception area and confronted the man, and I must say, the entire room was in hysterics. My admin staff are all pressed against the back wall, scared half to death. I have patients all standing at attention, as far away from this man as they can possibly get without leaving the premises and presumably forfeiting their appointments. "What is it you want here, sir?" I asked the gentleman. "I just want to see a doctor," he tells me. "Well, we cannot help you. You look like you have a particularly grave wound that requires emergency help," I tell him. "An ambulance is on its way," says Nancy from the back wall behind the reception desk. "I don't want an ambulance, God damn it," the man yells at us. A thick drawl, Southern Texan. I recognized it immediately, having formerly run a practice there before moving up north. "I need to see someone about my headaches," he pleads. "Well, I can tell you, sir, the reason for your headaches is the large metal drill bit protruding from your left ear socket. That needs to be attended to as soon as possible," I say with equal force. "You ain't listening, goddammit," he yells again. He maneuvers his head and shows me his ear, the metal flinging itself from side to side. It is quite the injury, although it looks dried and cured. "I've had this ever since I was a baby. This is not why I'm here to see y'all," the young man explains. "I'm here because I'm having these intense headaches and I need help. They're migraines or something. You need to do something for them because I'm having one right now." I raise my hands in surrender and take a step towards the young man. I give him a casual observation from top to bottom and back again. No immediate signs of injury outside the obvious. His cognition seems to be remarkably intact, all things considered. His posture and physicality are all in check if I had to measure him from a glance. I was satisfied that this man did not indeed require immediate emergency medical assistance. "Okay, let's say I believe you," I said. "Wouldn't the fact that you have a cured wound from your childhood, being a large piece of metal lodged inside your ear, call for you to consider the possibility that the source of your pain stems from that childhood injury?" I asked. "English, doc, please," he yelled. "You're probably having headaches because of the drill bit in your skull," I said. The man jiggled his head and swayed it from side to side. "Want me to cancel the ambulance, doctor?" Nancy asked as we heard it approach. "I think it's a little late for that now," I replied. The man reached up and wrapped his fingers around the base of the metal that dangled from his ear and gripped it tight. "I think that might not be a good idea," I warned, to no avail. He began to rip it out of his ear, inch by inch. I couldn't tell, but my guess of his age was approximately 22, and the look of the curing of the wound may have occurred around the age of 5 or 6. What happened next was understandable. He dropped the piece of metal on the floor at my feet, and it surrounded itself with fresh droplets of dark red blood drawn from the wound. He looked me in the eye, kind of swaying as he did, and said, "See, still have the headaches. What's your diagnosis now?" And then he hit the floor hard. That's when the ambulance arrived and escorted him away on a stretcher. Detective Munch frowned as Dr. Moodi finished his statement. "That's not what we heard," the detective said. "What did you hear?" Dr. Moodi asked. "Well, before I tell you that, I am advised to instruct you that at any stage, should you wish to speak to a lawyer, I advise you to do so," he explained. "Thank you for your concern, Detective. I am just fine where I am on my own. I know how to advocate on my own behalf. Thank you very much," the doctor said. "Suit yourself. "We heard you buried the drill bit in his head when he refused to pay the bill." Munch said with a straight face and a permanent frown. "I am shocked that you would even suggest such a thing, sir," the doctor said matter-of-factly. "Do you want your lawyer now?" the detective asked. "No, I do not," the doctor replied. Munch cleared his throat as he closed the file. "We'll be viewing the CCTV that your admin staff provided. I want you to point out to me, in the footage, where Mr. Casey removes the drill bit from his own ear canal," the detective explained, rising from his seat in the interview room and moving a portable TV on wheels into the doctor's view. The detective placed his thumb on the play button of the remote control. "Ah, that won't be necessary," Dr. Moodi said. "I'm ready to plead now if it will help." "Dr. Moodi, this is not a pleading. This is simply a police interview," the detective explained. "Guilty," said the doctor. "How about I organize your lawyer for you now?" the detective asked. "Good idea," the doctor said with a smile. Detective Munch exited the interview room and gave the verbal cue to its cessation.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.